talking about understanding the power of your speech, understanding how your words matter. And in the Vedic traditions, this is related to the concept talking about of the Vaak, Sanskrit word Vaak. So Vaak is a Sanskrit word that means expression, voice, or speech. And it is associated with the throat chakra. Sorry, let me just move this up here. And that the creative potential of words, the ability to manifest anything, comes through the Vaak. So
And is
the
it also associated with the goddess Saraswati?
Yes, Saraswati. Yes. So and the Shakti, or the power, the Vaak Shakti, which is the power of the speech, exemplifies the goddess Saraswati. Okay, so she's the goddess who embodies knowledge, wisdom, the arts, music, speech, eloquence. She bestows eloquence, intelligence, intellect, inspiration. So the seat of the goddess is Vaak, and Vaak Devi is a Devi, a form of Saraswati's, located in the throat. And so we see that Saraswati is seen playing the veena. So it's a musical instrument. Many of you have seen Indian classical music, and it symbolizes the harmony and creative flow of our speech. So when we get the blessings of this goddess, we can speak beautifully, we have intellect, we have intelligence, we become inspired. So why are we talking about this today? Because the Vaak, which is considered it's been called an intra organ, meaning it's a non-physical, we could say, organ that interfaces with the physical body. Okay. And the Vaak can become polluted through our speech. So if we're using, you had asked me before about how can the Vaak become, I don't know what word you said, but damaged. It's, maybe through speech, gossiping, using the negative words, using disempowering words, ingesting substances, toxic substances, ingesting foods that we know aren't good for us, things. This is how that the Vaak can become damaged. This is so. Any questions about Vaak that you want to know?
And then is it also sort of like if we're closed up here at the chest area, it's really hard to like keep that momentum going past the throat, right?
Yes. So if heart chakra is blocked or closed, right? So the Kundalini is moving upward, the energy is moving upward. And if the heart chakra is blocked, then the throat chakra may also be blocked.
So yeah, a lot of our work, we have to figure out what are those things blocking the heart.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't really have to figure it out. We have to feel into it and then see where we move from there.
Yeah. And the really important thing about the Vaak, which is related to the throat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, is the power that we have that comes through our speech. So creative manifestation, for example. Okay, Vaak Shakti it's considered a primal energy. Okay, so in the Vedic tradition, it is said that the cosmos arises through the sound vibration Om. Okay, so the entire cosmos arises from this sound vibration.
Like the primordial sound Om.
Right, the primordial sound Om. So it can be considered that the power of your speech, how powerful your speech can be. If the whole cosmos can be actualized through this sound vibration, we're merely a reflection of that, right? So our speech is really, really important. And so that we have the power to manifest through the power of our speech. So being aligned with our speech is very important. Having ethical speech, using our words to heal, to harmonize, to uplift, to speak truthfully, to speak kindly, to speak responsibly. And this is part of aligning ourselves with our divine feminine energy.
And I think that more power comes with our speech when we are aligned with our truth. Like when we are living our truth.
Yes.
Then our speech really, then it's like whatever you say, watch out what you say, because it's just going to happen like that.
Yeah. So we always say words are seeds.
Yes.
And that words are spells, 100%. Words are seeds, words are spells. And so if we keep repeating toxic or poisonous words to ourselves or to others, those seeds blossom. They blossom within us and they blossom within our life, or we cast spells through our words. So the power of the speech is so important in aligning with the divine feminine self. Okay. And I think one of the main things that a lot of women probably could potentially struggle with, I would think is, and I think all humans, is gossip, or talking about others' lives, and how poisonous and toxic this actually is. And when we're in our goddess aligned self, we're not talking about others' lives because we're fully manifesting, we're creating, we're actualizing, we're in this creative flow. We are not talking about other people. We're not putting down other people. We're not using our speech in this way at all. It's such a waste of our energy.
Absolutely. It's like a low vibrational frequency.
Exactly. It is a low vibrational frequency. Exactly.
And that's when it's harder to manifest through your speech, like the things that you want to occur, that's when you're more susceptible for the things that you don't want to occur.
Exactly. And so we'll always catch ourselves, like we might, catch ourselves cursing, or, or just something coming out, saying something, unnecessary, or, getting drawn into a conversation where suddenly you're talking about other people. And again, one really important point here is to go back to the body and see where we're feeling. If this is not feeling right, this is not feeling aligned, you are not in your divine feminine energy. So the creative manifestation part is really important with the Vaak, because you are creating your life through your words. Now, the ancient rishis were the powerful sages, the seers of the ancient Vedic tradition are so powerful that, and their word was so aligned that just through their word, they understood this secret, this esoteric secret. Their word was so aligned, they could manifest anything just by speaking it. So how do we become that aligned with our speech? We have to always use our speech for proactive, positive, and powerful things. Okay. We have to be very aware, have awareness of what we're speaking, how we're speaking, because words are carrying so much vibration, so much power. Again, what we're ingesting. So you have the potential to manifest and shape your reality through your words. This is why the divine feminine declarations work. Some people would call these affirmations. We call them declarations, because a goddess will declare what she wants. She's declaring what she wants. She's not affirming it. She's declaring it. And so
that makes such a difference in the way it sounds and feels.
Yes,
affirmation versus declaration.
Yeah. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with affirmations, and people love affirmations. And then there are people that say, oh, affirmations don't work or whatever. So there's a whole, think we can get into that. There's a whole understanding of that too, but we do the divine feminine declarations because the goddess declares what she wants. She's declaring what she wants. She's using the power of her voice to declare what she wants. And she's also aligning her inner space, meaning she has to feel. Okay. And sometimes that feeling, it's like that kind of fake it till you make it. So at first it might feel uncomfortable. You might feel like this isn't, I say, whatever I say, I am a divine feminine being. You might feel this feels very weird at first. As we continue daily to repeat, we actually begin to embody, we begin to feel it. And then our words begin to blossom and actualize our reality. Does it make sense?
That makes total sense. Our words create our reality. Oh, yeah. I hear it. I hear somebody. I just grabbed.
It's almost 12. Is it time or what?
Yes, it's almost time.
Okay.
So we can go. That was a short. I mean, the Vaak is a much deeper subject, but that's just a very simple understanding of Vaak and Vaak Shakti. Vaak Shakti is the power. Shakti is power. And so it's the power of the speech. Is there anything else that you want to ask about that?
I just I think it's really good just bringing that to our awareness, because our carefulness in our words, our care for the words that we're speaking, it's really creating our life. So
it is.
Being full of care is so important.
Yeah. Awareness. And you were saying about the heart is really important, right? Because when our heart is closed or blocked or unable to feel, we may not be able to emote, right? So then we may speak in a way that's harmful or that's hurtful or, out of the blockage of the heart center. So there is a relationship. I mean, each chakra is related to another. Each area of energy center is related. So they're all interrelated. And ultimately, we want the whole system to be clear.
And then when we're really clear in the throat area, that's when the energy can move upward, right? And that's
exactly. And this is where we get into intuition, which is also related to second chakra. There's a relation between second chakra and the sixth chakra. But, a couple of things that you could ask, I would just say that, if you are someone who wants to step into your divine feminine, a couple things that you could ask is like, is my speech always truthful? Is my speech ethical? Is my speech kind? And if you find that you're not ethical in your speech, sometimes you're not truthful in your speech, or you're unkind in your speech, how can you bring yourself back into alignment? And I was taught by my teacher is that, the Vaak can become polluted very easily, right? But in the same way, the Vaak can become clean and clear very easily. It's not like, we have a bad day and we're cursing, and I don't know. I don't advocate for smoking or anything, but let's say you decided you wanted to have a cigarette or smoke a joint, and then you were like, you had road rage in the car and you were cursing or something. You may feel, or you may not even actually be aware of this feeling, but the Vaak becomes polluted. And just very easily, you can come back into alignment and clear that. Okay. Like very, very easily, you can clear that.
And how would people go about clearing it? Like, what could be an example of how we can?
Well, using ethical speech. Okay. Using ethical speech, using truthful speech, using kind speech.
So just making a choice, and then that shift occurs.
Right. shifting the choice. And a really, really important, this is a really important piece before we go. Is my speech always aligned with my beliefs? Is my speech always aligned with my actions? And so very simple, I tell this to people all the time. Somebody says, you're walking down the street and somebody asks you, what time is it? And you say, oh, it's 5:45. But it's really, you could say it's really 12 minutes to 6, or let's say it's 6:15. You say it's 6:15, but it's really 12 minutes after 6. It sounds so silly, but you want to be exact
Mm.
in your speech because you're creating the reality. So you would actually say, oh, it's 6:12. Another really good one to remember. And because this happens all the time, your kid calls you from the other room, Mom, can you come help me? And you say, just a second. It's actually not just a second, because you're actually not going to be just a second. You're engaged in doing
That's a good
something else.
one.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that. And that
Yeah.
happens all the time to me with the kids.
All the time. So then you could just say, oh, I just need a few moments, or, and if you say 5 minutes, you want to be that clear, that ethical, that aligned, that in 5 minutes you'll get up and you'll go help your child.
Or maybe you could just say, let me finish this task that I'm doing. And when I'm finished with this, I'll go over there.
Exactly. So this is an esoteric secret. This is one of the ways where we can become more aligned. We have to be very aware of our speech. Okay, so there's an awareness that comes with, and then it becomes very natural. We'll catch ourselves. I was out of alignment. And in our household, we say, oh, I bring myself back into alignment. You could say, oh, I mean, there's an actual like process that you can do, but that would be if you were like maybe practicing, Hinduism, or this is really for everyone. It doesn't matter what your spiritual belief is, your religious practices. It's just having the authenticity and the integrity to be in alignment with our speech, with our word. It's the power of our word. Okay. Yeah. So.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And we can talk about that further, but that's it. A little short one for today. It was really nice connecting with you again.
Thank you, G. We appreciate it.
Okay. Namaskaram and aloha.
Aloha.
Bye.